Do you want to know 5 easy things you can be doing right now to close more deals and put you on top of your sales leaderboard? If so, then this video is for you. So in this video today, we're going to talk about the 5 easy things you can be doing to close more deals right now. So whenever you're running your sales meetings or your sales calls, make sure you implement these 5 things and you'll be that much closer to closing more deals today. So number one, uncover the pain. Find out what is the problem that the customer needs solved. It's hard to sell someone something if you don't know what they want, what they need, or what they're looking for. So if someone goes into a hardware store, they're not going to buy a screwdriver if they're looking for a hammer, or they're not going to buy a hose if they're looking for a wheelbarrow. So you got to make sure we clearly understand what is the issue, what's the pain, what's the problem that the customer is having. So that way we can find the best solution or the best answer or the best product that's going to best help that customer. So that's number one. Let's use an example of an accountant. Let's say you're an accountant and you have to fill out your client's tax returns. It takes you 2 hours right now for every tax return, but you want to be able to double the amount of tax returns or double your business that you're able to do every day. So what's the best way to do that? Easy. Find a way to automate the filling out of some of the information in that tax return to cut that 2 hours down to 1 hour. So now we have a quantifiable number that we're trying to achieve, and we're trying to help that accountant find some sort of product or solution that's able to automate the process and cut that down by an hour. So we have a quantifiable number of an hour time saved per tax returns. So that's something that we can take and now form a solution on based around what that client's needs are and also how much of an issue that is for them currently and what effect it's having on them. So by understanding the issue or the pain and what they need help with and then quantifying that, so putting a metric to it, right? So whether that be dollar amount or time saved or whatever other sort of thing that will say, hey, we have a clear issue and this is what this issue is doing to me as a customer. We can then say, okay, we understand what effect that has on you. Let's offer you a value proposition to fix that problem. So if you, again, in the case of the accountant, let's offer you a product or a solution that's going to be able to automate the process for you of filling out those tax returns and save an hour of your time per tax return. So the next step on our list is going to be number 3, which is, will they make an investment to fix their pain or fix their problem? So again, we've identified the pain. We've put a quantifiable metric to that pain. Now it's, okay, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, will you guys invest, whether it be money, time, resources, into fixing this problem? If no, then that's fine, and these guys aren't a qualified prospect or client or customer, and they're not going to move forward with you anyway. But if the answer is yes, okay, great. Now that we have that agreement that you are willing to put resources or an investment into finding a solution, therefore we're going to help you find the best solution, product, whatever it is for you, and get the most ROI, return on investment, on that investment that you're going to make with us. So we've uncovered the pain, understand what the problem is, been able to provide a quantifiable number or metric to identify the impact that problem is having on the customer. They've agreed that they're willing to make an investment into resources to fix that problem. Now we need to understand what is the most important thing in making this decision to them. Is it going to be the budget? Is it going to be how long it takes to change something or implement something? Is it going to be the time of year that it is? Is it going to be, focused around making sure that their employees or their customers will enjoy this product, right? So what is the most important thing to them to make the decision to buy or make a change in whatever they're looking for? So now that we have understood what the problem is, what the pain is, we have an understanding of the impact or quantifiable metric of understanding how it impacts that potential customer. They've agreed that they will invest resources into fixing this problem or this pain. And they've told us what's the most important things in making the decision for them specifically. So now that we have all those different data points, the last thing is to highlight how your solution fixes those specific pain points. We've got all the details and understand what they're looking for. Now we need to make sure that we can clearly articulate or pitch how our solution, our products, our services are able to fix those specific things that they mentioned and what they might be looking for. So with these 5 steps at the beginning of your sales process, you can correctly qualify and pitch the customer to agree to move to the next steps. But without these 5 different steps, you're not going to be able to move that customer on to the next stage of the sales process, whatever that might be for your particular product or service. So you have to make sure that we get through these 5 different steps at the beginning of this cycle, so that way we can accurately move them along in the sales process without having any sort of issues or potentially losing the potential customer because we haven't done our qualification process correctly. Now, as I promised, I mentioned at the beginning of the video about the importance of making sure that you run your sales calls and sales meetings effectively. The most important thing that I found when running those different sales calls, I remember I said running the sales call or sales meeting, is that you are the one that has the solution that a customer or potential client is looking for. So the most important thing in these different conversations and these interactions is to hold what I call the frame of the conversation. That means that we are the ones that are guiding the conversation. We are explaining to the prospect, based upon what we hear from them, what our recommended solution or change needs to be, or action needs to be for them to be able to be successful in whatever they're looking for. So you need to set the tone of the conversation and control the frame. You are the one that has a solution or a product that the customer wants or needs. You're the expert here, not the customer in this scenario. And you're there to understand their problem and give them the help they're looking for as an expert. Don't let your customers forget that. Imagine if you're able to speak with Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is one of the best investors of all time, and you would have a conversation with him. You would be trying to learn as much as you could from Warren Buffett about investing. You wouldn't talk to Warren Buffett and tell him how you invest, right? So he's the expert in this situation. You're going to take your cues and follow him through the conversation and try to learn as much as you can. So when you leave that conversation, you come out with what you're looking for. So then these conversations, remember, control the frame, control the process, and therefore you can control the deal. And that's exactly what you're here to do, to move that deal through the different cycles of the sale process and then end up with that closed deal. Thanks for watching the video today. If you like what you saw, don't forget to check out the other topics we have about sales, and also like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. See you guys next time.